China is so huge compared to the rest of us, including India, which is large, that having a war with China is not a practical proposition. But yes, China is creating a huge amount of problems for all of us. And I think approaching it in the context of India or South Asia is not good enough. Because the Mekong, for example, as many people depend on the Mekong as depend on the Satluj, which comes there, the Brahmaputra. So you have to have a getting together of all the lower riparians. There are lower riparians in Central Asia also. So each one has a concern and a genuine concern. Also, I think there is a question about the Brahmaputra. And it is not a clear-cut story that just the Chinese doing this. A great deal of the water that comes into the Brahmaputra comes into the Brahmaputra in Indian territory. Also, we have to realize we have to be consistent. We can't be lower riparian in the case of one river and upper riparian in the case of the other. We have not signed certain treaties which guarantees the rights of lower riparians. So first we should sort out all these things so there is a certain degree of consistency before we can, with any degree of logical strength, approach China, which we must, and approach it multinationally, because the concerns are common. So we have a good case in Tibet. All these countries together have a good case in Tibet, but doing it alone is not going to get us anywhere. Particularly when you have India's Minister of Water Resources declaring publicly that China is not constructing any dams. Today in Google, through the Google search, you can see the number plate of a car. Surely Indian Minister for Water Resources should have been more credible in his responses. So it is a concern. It is something which needs to be addressed, but not the way India is doing it. And if anybody is thinking in terms of punitive action, that will not work.